Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well today. But even if you're not, I want you to stay for this one. Because this video might be the most important, the most uncomfortable, and maybe even the most life-changing video you'll ever watch on this channel. Not because I'm special, not because this topic is new, but because of one brutal, inescapable truth. You and I, we both have 24 hours. So do billionaires, so do athletes, so do world leaders. And yet, some people use those 24 hours to build empires, while others use it to scroll, complain, and wait for motivation that never comes. That's why this video is dangerous, because if you watch it with an open heart, you can't lie to yourself anymore. You won't be able to say, "I don't have time." Because after this video, you'll know exactly how to use your time. And if you still don't act, the truth is, you're not stuck. You're just comfortable with wasting your life. But I know something about you. You don't want to waste your life. You want to do more, be more, create more, change your habits, learn English, build your dream. But your time is running, whether you use it or not. So in this video, I will show you not just 10 random tips, but 10 of the most powerful, real, and tested ways to use your 24 hours like the most successful people on earth. I'm not here to inspire you for 5 minutes. I'm here to change the way you see your day, your routine, and your future. And if you're serious, really serious, then by the end of this video, you will have no more excuses left. Only choices. Because once you know how to use your 24 hours right, your future is no longer a question. It's a decision. Not only is this video powerful and life-changing, but it also helps you improve your English in a simple and natural way. Let's begin. Way 1. Plan tomorrow before you sleep tonight. Most people lose their morning the night before. Let's be honest. How do most people go to sleep? They check their phones, scroll for 30 to 60 minutes, worry about life. Maybe think, tomorrow I'll try to be better. Then they sleep, without direction, without clarity, without a plan. So what happens next? They wake up confused, mentally tired. They waste the first 2 to 3 hours just figuring out, what should I do today? And by the time they decide, half the day is already gone. But the top 1% of people do the opposite. They treat their evening as a preparation zone. They don't let tomorrow just happen. They design it. What you should do. Before you sleep, every single night, do this. Take 5 minutes. Write down 3 priorities for tomorrow. Not 10, just 3. Visualize them getting done. Keep that list beside your bed. This is not just a productivity trick. This is how you train your mind to wake up already focused, not foggy. Imagine 2 people. One goes to sleep after watching 40 reels. The other writes, finish English lesson. Record 1 video. Call client at 3 p.m. When they both wake up, guess who moves faster? The second person doesn't need to decide what to do. They just execute. Over 1 day, maybe no difference. But over 30 days, one is running in circles. The other is building a future. This is not about being perfect. This is about being intentional. Why it works. Your brain processes what you write while you sleep. Planning at night gives you mental peace and clarity in the morning. It stops overthinking because your brain says, we already have a plan. Every night before you sleep, write 3 things you want to do tomorrow. This small habit will save your time, give you focus, and make you feel powerful in the morning. Start with this, 1 day at a time. But repeat it. every night. This is how your dream begins. Not in the morning, but the night before. Way 2. Own the first hour of your day like a warrior, not a victim. What do most people do in their first hour? They grab their phone, they check messages, scroll for news, open notifications. They don't even leave the bed. And already, their brain is tired, distracted, and unfocused. They haven't even brushed their teeth, but they've already seen 30 pieces of information. They haven't spoken to their own soul, but they've let the entire world speak first. And then, they say, I feel lazy. I don't feel motivated. That's not laziness. That's mental overload. You're not tired. You're just scattered. If you want to take control of your day, your energy, your thoughts, and your productivity, you must take control of your first hour. And I'm not asking you to be perfect. I'm not saying wake up at 4 a.m., take an ice bath, read 3 books, and do yoga on a mountain. No, I'm saying, for the first 60 minutes after you wake up, give your time to yourself, not the world. Because that first hour is where your identity is built. That's where the winners win. Not in the afternoon, not at night. In the silence of their morning. Now let's go deeper. What should you do in that first hour? Keep it simple, but intentional. Break it into 3 parts. 1. Stillness, 10 to 15 minutes. Sit quietly. Breathe. Close your eyes. Let your brain wake up slowly, not with a loud alarm, but with awareness. You don't need to meditate like a monk. Just sit and listen to your breath. Why? Because this teaches your brain to be calm before chaos begins. Second movement, 10 to 20 minutes. Stretch, walk, do jumping jacks, dance, move your body in any way that increases oxygen. This tells your brain, we're alive, we're in control. Let's begin. Movement creates momentum, and momentum breaks laziness. 3. Clarity, 20 to 30 minutes. Take out a notebook. Write 3 things. 1 thing you're grateful for. 1 thing you want to do today. 1 sentence you want to remember today, like, my time is my power. Or, read a book, listen to an audiobook, learn 5 new English words. This sets the direction of your thoughts. Because if you don't choose your thoughts early, the world will throw random ones at you all day. Now let me give you a powerful real-world example. Think about the most successful athletes, CEOs, artists. They all have different jobs, different incomes, different personalities. But almost all of them have one thing in common. They don't start their day with noise. They start it with routine. LeBron James doesn't open TikTok at 6 a.m. Oprah doesn't read hate comments before brushing her teeth. Warren Buffett doesn't scroll Instagram in bed. They use the first hour to build the state of mind they need to perform all day. And it's not just about success. It's about peace. It's about starting the day with strength, not stress. Because if the first hour of your day is weak, the rest of your day will keep fighting for control. But if the first hour is strong, then nothing can break you. This is how you become consistent. This is how you stop saying, I don't know where my day went. Take back your morning, and your whole life will follow. Way 3. Focus on one high-impact task each day, and win that day completely. We live in a world that tells you, hustle, do more, stay busy. But the truth is, most people are not productive. They are just tired. They wake up and start doing random tasks. Send 5 emails, clean something, reply to 8 messages. Watch 10 YouTube videos about how to be productive. At the end of the day, they feel exhausted, but also empty. Because they didn't move forward. They just moved in circles. That's the painful reality of most people's 24 hours. They are active, but not advancing. Busy, but not building. And that's why this third step is non-negotiable. Every day, choose one task, the most important one, and make sure you finish it no matter what. This is your high-impact task. It's the thing that, if done, makes the entire day feel like progress. How do you choose it? Ask yourself, if I only get one thing done today, which one will make my future better? Which one moves me closer to my goal? Not just today, but long term? Let's break it down with some real scenarios. If you're learning English, maybe your high-impact task is speaking for 30 minutes non-stop. If you're starting a YouTube channel, maybe it's finishing your script or recording your voiceover. If you're building your body, maybe it's that 40-minute workout. No matter what else happens today. It doesn't have to be big, but it must be focused, and it must be completed. Here's what this does to your brain. When you complete your high-impact task, you feel clear, proud, energized, and most importantly, in control. Even if the rest of your day is messy, if that one powerful task is done, you still feel like a winner. You don't need 10 perfect hours. You need one focused hour that hits hard. This is how the top 1% operate. They don't waste energy on 100 things. They focus on what matters most, do it with intention, and win the day. The rest is just noise. Because progress is not about doing more. It's about doing what matters. With all your heart, with no distractions, and with no excuses. That one task, done with deep focus. Every day. For 90 days. That's how people change their life. Not by working 18 hours, not by copying someone else, not by waiting for the perfect time, but by mastering one thing a day, over and over again. If you're tired of feeling stuck, overwhelmed, scattered, this is your way out. One task, every day, no excuses. That's how empires are built. Way 4. Protect your growth hours, like a warrior protects gold. Let me begin by saying something most people don't want to hear. Your dreams are not dying because you don't have time. Your dreams are dying because you don't protect the time you already have. In a 24-hour day, every human being has the same basic breakdown. About 8 hours are used for survival, job, school, responsibilities. About 8 hours are used for sleep and recovery. And the remaining 8 hours? Those are the most powerful, most dangerous, and most wasted hours in human history. Why dangerous? Because these 8 hours are where your real life is either created or destroyed. Most people waste these hours watching videos they don't remember, talking about people who don't matter, and doing things that don't change their future. And then they ask, why is my life not improving? Because the hours that are meant for transformation are being used for entertainment. But the top 1%? They see it differently. To them, those 8 hours are sacred. That's when they read. That's when they build. That's when they learn. That's when they practice. That's when they rewrite their story. Let's be honest. If you work a 9-to-5 job, you come home tired. But between 6 p.m. and midnight, you still have 6 hours. That's more than enough time to learn a new language, create a YouTube channel, work on your health, improve your English, start a side business, read 3 pages of a powerful book, fix your routine, change your mindset, build a better future. But you have to fight for those hours, because the world will try to steal them through messages, apps, gossip, fatigue, excuses. The key is to treat those hours like they are worth millions, because they are. The world's most successful people didn't magically find extra hours. They just refused to waste their growth time. There's a reason why Warren Buffett, one of the richest men on earth, spends 80% of his day reading and thinking, not working nonstop, not jumping from task to task, but growing. Because he knows wealth doesn't come from movement. It comes from better thinking, better learning, and better habits. He protects his growth time like a king guards a throne. So should you. Because if you let the world enter your growth hours, the world will control your life. Here's what you need to do. Identify your growth hours. For some, it's 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. For others, it's 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. It doesn't matter when. What matters is you choose them. Design those hours in advance. Don't say, "I'll figure it out." That's a trap. Write a growth plan for those hours. 20 minutes reading, 30 minutes speaking practice, 30 minutes building your project, 10 minutes of journaling. Create a rule. No one can interrupt you. Your growth hours are your future's oxygen. Turn off phone notifications. Put it on airplane mode. Tell your family, "These 2 hours are for me." This one decision, to protect your growth time, will make your 24 hours 10 times more powerful. It's not about having time. It's about having respect for time. You're not too busy. You're just underprotecting your future. Way 5. Replace mindless consumption with intentional learning. This one step alone could rebuild your brain. And I'm going to say it like it is. Your phone is not the problem. Your addiction to meaningless content is. Let's do a reality check. How many times a day do you open your phone without a reason? Watch videos that teach you nothing? Scroll for 45 minutes and then say, "What did I just watch?" Feel tired after consuming instead of energized? That's because you're consuming with no purpose, no direction, no boundaries. And slowly, without noticing, your mind becomes heavy. Your focus becomes weaker. Your motivation disappears. Not because you're broken, but because you're overloaded with junk. You're feeding your brain with fast food thoughts every single hour. And just like the body gets sick on junk food, the brain gets weak on junk information. But here's the good news. The human brain is also the most adaptable, most retrainable machine on Earth. If you change what you feed it, it will change what it produces. So here's the golden rule. Turn your consumption into education. Turn your distractions into direction. Turn your scrolling into strategy. Don't stop watching YouTube. Just change what you watch. Don't stop using your phone. Just change why you use it. Here's what you can do starting today. Choose one platform to learn from every day. Not for fun. For transformation. Maybe it's English podcasts. Maybe it's a motivational video. Maybe it's a 10-minute TED Talk. One video a day that improves your brain. Download 3 audio files that teach you something. Listen while walking, cooking, or commuting. This turns dead time into growth time. Replace 15 minutes of scrolling with 15 minutes of writing. Write about your day, your thoughts, what you learned, what confused you. This improves clarity, language, memories, and control. Because learning doesn't need a classroom anymore. It just needs a choice. Let me give you one of the most powerful real examples that proves this. When Elon Musk was asked how he built knowledge in so many different fields, space, cars, business, AI, his answer was simple. I read a lot of books. I talked to people. I learned. Not degrees, not genius IQ, just constant, intentional learning. He turned every moment into a classroom. And so can you. Because you don't need a school. You need a standard. You need to say, my time is valuable. I refuse to waste it on things that don't build me. Replace mindless consumption with powerful, intentional learning. And your brain will stop feeling tired. It will start feeling sharp. This one shift can change how you think, how you speak, how you live, not next year. Now way 6. Move your body to reset your brain. Daily, without excuses. Let me start by telling you a truth no one talks about. Your brain is not tired. Your body is lazy. And that's what is killing your focus, energy, and confidence. We live in a world where everything is done by sitting. Work is sitting. Studying is sitting. Entertainment is sitting. Even talking to people is now done while lying on a bed, staring at a screen. And slowly, the body forgets how to move. But when the body forgets how to move, the mind forgets how to think. Here's what science has proven. Movement is not just for fitness. Movement is for memory, for attention, for emotional strength, for mental clarity, for breaking anxiety, for releasing depression, for waking up your true potential. And here's what successful people do differently. They don't work all day and hope for energy. They generate energy through movement every single day. Not because they're obsessed with the gym, but because they know a still body creates a stuck mind. A moving body creates a powerful life. Think about the strongest minds in history. Steve Jobs used to take long walks before making big decisions. Nietzsche, the philosopher, used to walk up to 8 hours a day just to think clearly. Even modern CEOs like Jeff Bezos, Tim Cook, and Mark Cuban schedule workouts. Not for muscles, but for mental mastery. Because your body is not just your outer shell. It is the engine that powers your brain. You don't need a gym. You don't need equipment. You don't need 2 hours. You need motion. And motion can be a 15-minute morning walk, stretching while listening to an audiobook, dancing in your room with energy, 30 jumping jacks between tasks, push-ups while watching videos, deep breathing with arm movements. Every time you feel stuck, heavy, lost, tired, bored, don't go to your phone. Go to your feet. Move. Even for 60 seconds. And you will feel it. Not someday. Not after 1 month. In minutes. Your mood will change. Your mind will unlock. Your focus will return. Your soul will feel alive again. And that's not motivation. That's biology. There's something deep inside the body that says, when I move, I am safe. When I move, I am powerful. When I move, I am becoming. Look at the military. Every single day, no matter how tired, no matter what mission, soldiers wake up and move. They train, they march, they stretch, they lift. Why? Because they don't have time to feel lazy. They need their mind sharp and their will unbreakable. And they know it begins with the body. Your life is your mission. Treat it like one. Move like someone who's fighting for something greater. Because you are. The body is the first battlefield. Win there, and the rest becomes easier. So don't wait to feel like it. Feelings follow movement, not the other way around. Start moving, and watch what happens. Way 7. Say no without guilt. Because every yes has a price. This is one of the most painful lessons in life, but also one of the most powerful. If you don't learn to say no, you will spend your entire life saying yes to the wrong things. and wonder why you feel tired, lost, and disconnected. Most people don't lack time. They just give it away too easily. Let's be honest. How many times have you said yes to things that didn't help you, didn't excite you, and didn't grow you? You said yes to gossip because you didn't want to be rude. You said yes to scrolling with a friend because you didn't want to feel left out. You said yes to helping someone even when you were exhausted, just because you were scared to disappoint. You said yes to just 5 more minutes and lost 2 hours. And each time, you paid with your focus, your energy, your growth, your goals. You cannot become your best self if you're constantly being pulled in 50 directions. And this is why successful people are not just busy, they are protected. They protect their time. They protect their attention. They protect their energy like it's treasure. Because they know the truth. Time is life. And every yes is a piece of that life you'll never get back. If someone asked you for $100 every day, you'd say no. But when someone asks for 2 hours of your time, you say yes. Again and again. Why? Because you've been trained to feel guilty for saying no. But listen closely. Saying no does not mean you're rude. Saying no does not mean you're selfish. Saying no means you're finally putting your dreams, your mental health, and your purpose above distractions. You don't need to argue. You don't need to explain. You don't even need to feel bad. You simply say, "I'm sorry, I have other priorities right now. I'm focusing on something important. I'm not available, but I appreciate you asking." That's it. Your future will not be built by the things you said yes to. It will be built by the things you refuse to let in. Look at people like Bill Gates. He was famous for blocking out entire weeks on his calendar with 0 meetings, just so he could think, read, and focus. People begged for those time slots. He said no. Not because he's arrogant, but because he understood the value of saying no, even to good opportunities. So he could focus on the right ones. And if billionaires are saying no to protect their future, you and I have no excuse. Say no to gossip. Say no to your 20th notification. Say no to people who drain you. Say no to anything that doesn't grow you. Every yes has a cost. Start spending your life more wisely. And the moment you do, you will feel something strange but powerful. Peace. Because peace doesn't come from doing more. It comes from doing less of what doesn't matter. Way 8. Create pause moments in your day. Because even lions rest before they hunt. Let's begin with something the modern world has forgotten. You are not a robot. You are a human being. And human beings were never designed to be in motion 24/7. But look around. Everyone's running, chasing something, jumping from one screen to another, from one thought to the next, from one app to another app to another app. No pause, no breath, no silence, no stillness. And what's the result? Mental fatigue, emotional chaos, overthinking, stress, burnout. And the worst part, a life that feels fast but empty. You start the day full of energy, but by 3 p.m., you don't even know what you've done. You just know you're tired, not because you're working too hard, but because you never stopped to recharge. You never paused. You just kept going, and that's the mistake. The truth is, your mind is not a machine that runs better the more you use it. Your mind is more like a battery, and every few hours, it needs to be recharged, not by food, not by entertainment, but by stillness. Successful people understand this. They don't just work hard. They recover smart. They have pause rituals. Think about this. Pilots don't fly non-stop for 12 hours without breaks. Doctors don't operate for 14 hours without pauses. Professional athletes, the strongest, fittest people on earth, rest between sets, take water breaks, stretch, breathe, reset. Because they know rest is not weakness. Rest is preparation for greatness. Now, how do you apply this to your 24 hours? You build 3 pause moments into your day. Morning pause, before the world touches you. After waking up, before touching your phone. Sit in stillness for 3 to 5 minutes. Not meditation, not discipline, just presence. Feel your breath. Feel your thoughts. You're reminding yourself, this is my life, not the internet's, not the world's, mine. Midday pause, between chaos and clarity. Somewhere between lunch and afternoon fatigue, take a 10-minute reset. Step away from all screens, walk outside, close your eyes, drink water slowly, listen to silence. This isn't wasting time. It's restoring your ability to think clearly. Night pause, before you sleep, not scroll. At night, before bed, create silence again. Not with music, not with a podcast. Silence. Reflect on your day. Ask, what did I learn? What am I proud of? What should I stop? This one pause gives your brain permission to end the day peacefully. It improves your sleep. It improves your clarity. It improves your future. And no, you won't fall behind by pausing. You will move ahead faster because you'll be resting with intention. Remember this forever. If you don't pause, your mind will break. But if you pause, even for a few minutes, your mind will reward you with creativity, power, and peace. Even lions rest before they hunt. You're not lazy when you pause. You're becoming dangerous again. Way 9. Sleep like a warrior. Preparing for battle, not like a slave. Escaping the day. This might surprise people, but it's the truth. If you ruin your night, you will lose your next day before it even begins. Everyone wants to have energy. Everyone wants motivation. Everyone wants a clear mind. Everyone wants to be focused. But 90% of them are destroying those things every single night. They go to sleep with noise. They go to sleep with scrolling. They fall asleep holding a phone like it's their pillow. Their room is full of light. Their brain is full of stress. Their routine is full of chaos. And then they wonder, why am I tired in the morning? Why can't I wake up early? Why do I feel heavy even after 8 hours? Because it's not just about how long you sleep. It's about how deep and restful your sleep is. And that depends on how you prepare for it. Sleep is not just recovery. Sleep is preparation. Think of elite soldiers. When they sleep before a mission, they don't waste time. They don't scroll. They don't party. They prepare. Because the next day, they need to be sharp. And your life is no different. Every day, you're entering the battlefield of life. And if your mind is foggy, your spirit will feel weak. So here's how you master sleep. Like a warrior, power down your mind. 1 hour before bed, stop consuming information. No social media, no notifications. Let your brain calm down. You don't feed a machine right before you shut it down. You let it cool first. Same with your brain. Create a ritual. Let your body know. It's time to rest. That ritual can be a warm shower, reading 1 page of a book, writing your 3 goals for tomorrow, sitting in silence. Do it every night. Your body will start falling asleep faster and deeper. Make your room a temple of rest. No bright lights. Keep the room cool. Remove clutter. Use a low-light lamp. If possible, keep your phone in another room. This sends a message to your brain. This place is for peace. and your brain responds accordingly. Wake up with a reason. Don't just sleep to escape the day. Sleep with purpose, so you can wake up with strength. When you sleep with your goals written down, when you sleep with clarity, when you sleep with silence, you wake up ready to build, not just survive. And here's the most powerful truth about sleep. You are not lazy if you sleep deeply. You are strategic. Because the sharper your mind, the faster your decisions. The faster your actions, the quicker your results. And the secret to a sharp mind is not more coffee. It's better sleep. So don't chase success by cutting sleep. Build your success by protecting sleep. It's not about being tired and proud. It's about being well-rested and dangerous. Way 10. Repeat a great day until it becomes your great life. Here is the final truth. Success is not hidden in some secret place. It is hidden inside a single day and your ability to repeat it. Let that sink in. Everyone is looking for the next big secret. The new app, the perfect schedule, the life hack, the shortcut, the magic motivation. But they are ignoring the most powerful system in the world. One strong day, repeated, without excuses. That's it. Because one day, just one, where you wake up with clarity, plan your goals, protect your energy, learn, move, create, grow, sleep with peace, that one day is more powerful than 100 days of confusion. The problem is not that people don't have good days. The problem is they don't repeat them. They treat every day like a different movie. New mood, new excuse, new plan, new distraction. But the truly successful? They live the same powerful day over and over and over again. And the result? Consistency, momentum, progress, mastery, clarity, a life they're proud of. Let's go deeper. If I asked you right now, what does your perfect day look like? Most people would have no answer, because they never designed it. They never studied their own life. They never took the time to figure out, when do I feel most focused? When do I have the most energy? What drains me? What strengthens me? What is the simplest version of a perfect day I can repeat 100 times? This is your mission now. Design one perfect day. Simple, repeatable, powerful. That doesn't mean every hour is perfect. It doesn't mean you never fail. It means you build a day that includes everything you need to become who you were born to be. Maybe your perfect day looks like this. Wake up early. Move your body. Write down 3 goals. Study or work for 3 hours deeply. Take breaks. Learn something new. Connect with someone meaningful. Create something. A video, a post, a lesson. Walk in the evening. Sleep on time. Start again tomorrow. That's it. One great day. Now do it again, and again, and again. That's how you stop waiting for the right time. That's how you stop starting over every Monday. That's how you stop saying someday. That's how you build a life people respect. But more importantly, a life you respect. Here's a real-world perspective that proves this truth without using any fictional story. Look at Michael Jordan. Why was he the greatest? Not because of one magical match. Not because of some mystery talent. It was because he showed up to practice with the same fire he had in a championship game. He repeated the same shots, the same drills, the same routines, day after day, year after year. He didn't wait for motivation. He didn't reinvent everything. He mastered the fundamentals and repeated greatness. That's why the world calls him a legend. And if legends are created by repeating the right day, why are you wasting your days chasing something new, something different, something exciting? You don't need more different. You need more discipline, not perfection, consistency. Because the truth is, you already know what works. You just don't do it long enough. This is your final, most powerful step. Design one strong day and repeat it until you no longer recognize the life you're living. Because you've built something 100 times better. If you've made it this far, then something inside you is still alive. The dream, the fire, the hunger, the belief that you can do more, that you can become something greater. And I'm not here to sell you motivation. I'm here to tell you the truth. You already have everything you need. You don't need perfect English. You don't need rich parents. You don't need a lucky break. You need one thing only: respect for your 24 hours. Because every day, life gives you a full tank of time, and you get to decide where to drive it. Some people drive it into regret. Some drive it into excuses. Some drive it into temporary pleasure. And some, a rare few, drive it straight into purpose. Now ask yourself, where have you been driving your 24 hours? Because from this moment forward, you are no longer allowed to say, "I don't have time." From this moment forward, your 24 hours are no longer just a routine. They are your weapons, your armor, your blueprint, your foundation. You are building something powerful now, one day at a time. No more wasted hours, no more false starts, no more small living. This is your moment, and I want you to remember this one final sentence: forever. Every second you waste is a second you steal from your future self, but every second you use with purpose is a gift that will change your entire life. Use your 24 hours like your dream depends on it. Because it does. Thank you for watching. Now close this video and go build the life you were meant to live.